Man, my once in a lifetime mind. Now let me stop. Bucking. First off, I just wanted to say, alright, I know I done put child support issues up here before. But like you look at these gay men out here, right? You wonder why it's so easy for a black man to turn gay? Women. Mm-hmm. See, a woman really can't raise a man. She can put all her expectations of a man into a man, but whether his surrounding environment conflicts with that or not depends on the environment itself. So you can't tell a man to be an upstanding citizen in the hood and expect him to have a social life. I'm gonna just say, it's not about being stereotypical. It's about females being stereotypical. See, they all been raised thinking that men are all the same. And then, when they find a man that they like, they manifest this man in their head as the man that they want and that's gonna want them back and all this other stuff. And they just go through life with doubt and manifestation. So when you move through life with doubt and manifestation, you manifestate certain states of being that conflicts with the surrounding environment if your manifestation isn't 100% without doubt. There's flaws in your manifestation. These women don't understand energy. They know they go outside dressed like whores. They do. And then they expect you to respect them as one that's not dressed like a whore. Like, girl, I can see your whole ass. I can see your pum pum print. I can see your body. You left nothing up for the imagination, right? So first off, you go out dressed like that to look good. You go outside to look good because you don't just want to impress yourself. You want to impress other people. Now, there's people who say they do it for themselves, but forget why themselves want to do it. It's like they're not acknowledging their inner being. You go outside to look good because you know other people will have conflict with you looking any type of way. To deny this undeniable fact is to be in denial. So you got females in denial, not acknowledging their inner being and manifesting things within their lives with doubt. So those are all problems that these females have, and there's more, but who has time for that? But to be like straight from the bottom, that's what it is. So you got these females raising men, trying to raise men, but they're always consistently in their feelings, right? So from a child's point of view, all they see is you reacting to certain things in certain ways. Now, they forget the human being. The human being is not going to sit up there and do things they know ain't going to work unless they figured out a way for it to work. So, if you want a female to be loyal, or a male to be loyal, you got to manifest that state of being in an environment around loyal individuals. That's why a lot of people, when they get married and they get settled down, they move out of the hood. It's for a reason. It's because of the energy. You got you and your wife, or you and your husband in an environment, say, that you know it's not full of loyal people who will sit up there and just say hi and not try to talk to your wife, people who do things in a respectful manner, because the hood is full of disrespectful individuals. That's what I mean. And I know I'm not making this up. There's men who will walk up to a female with her child, pushing a carriage, and will try to talk to her. Now, regardless of whether he knows that she's single or not is irrelevant. The point is, why would you sit up there and allow an individual, or why would an individual allow themselves to like do something like that in front of the children? See, women don't understand their flaws. Like, they expect for you to go to, like, I'm going to book a hotel room. This is how you know females are messed up in the head. I'm going to book a hotel room and invite a female to my hotel room. There's no other reason why I've invited you to my hotel room. Even though there's people who are saying like, oh, you throwing a party. What, we throwing a private party? I want to get a hotel room for me and you, right? I'm going to get a room for me and you so we can sit up there and just sleep. We have bedrooms. We can sleep in our own rooms, our own apartments, if we have these things. So what is your issue? I understand if I didn't have an apartment and I was staying in a hotel, or if a female didn't have an apartment and she was staying in a hotel, and we were just going to see each other on a friendly visit because I have nowhere else to go. But if it's leisurely done because I want to go to the hotel room, it's because I don't want to bring the female, the individual, to my actual apartment. I want to go to a hotel room. Maybe I'm not in a position to bring somebody to my bedroom. I could be either dealing with a female or dealing with family or dealing with a friend, where I want to respect that apartment and not bring a female into that environment that would create a toxic one. Long story short, women shouldn't be going to hotel rooms with anybody unless, you know what I mean, they trying to have sex. It's just that simple. I don't know what people are missing. I don't know what's the clue. Like, they keep trying to manifest things that are doubtful. It doesn't make any sense for me, if I have my own apartment, to book a hotel room so we can stay in there just to sleep, just to talk. Unless I make that abundantly clear that that's all I want to do, or unless that's what you make abundantly clear. Then it's like, why would you even put yourself in that type of predicament in the first place? That's like going to a shootout and getting shot and then turn around and get mad. Like, why the fuck they shoot me? I wasn't involved in the shootout. I didn't want to get shot. A shootout is a shootout. A hotel is a hotel. We all know why people go to hotels. So so there's no understanding in a female, but they create this imaginary, retarded, ignorant matrix simulation of reality that really doesn't exist and can't exist because it makes no sense for it to exist at all. And then try to make it seem like it's the other person's fault. I raise my daughters differently. Teach them to not be as stupid as these broads. Know that all men who are not gay are not gay. Meaning, they probably want your body, most likely. So, be careful in what situations you put yourself in, because you don't want something to transpire in that situation you're not ready for. Understand, when they get older, because they're not old enough yet, I'm gonna tell them, like, there's only one reason to go to a hotel room. If you and another person has their own apartment. Like young adults may still be staying with their mothers and their fathers, and they don't want no issues or no problems. To be honest, it's like when you ask somebody, do you have an apartment? And they say, yeah, I have a place to stay. She has a place to stay. Why can't you go to her apartment, or she go to your apartment? 9 out of 10, there's a good reason why. Right? So there should only be a good reason why you go to a hotel room in the first place. Stop denying the logical reasoning behind things. That's a flaw in the manifestation. Thank God for the real women who know, I'm not finna go to the hotel room. Why are we going to a hotel room for? Nah, I'm good. God, thank you for those women. Because there's females out here that do the stupidest things. And these women are out here raising kids. They raise their kids with the same logic that you can do things that make no sense to do. Like, you got women messing with street ninjas. They hood. They got hood qualities. They think hood thoughts. They do hood things. Like, you think there's one deer in the forest that doesn't take a crap on the ground? They be like, you know what, I'm gonna just wait till somebody build a toilet bowl for deer to take a squat. You know what I mean? What's gonna happen to that deer? That deer is gonna be in deep trouble. That deer is full of crap. Because that deer knows damn well there's only one way and one reason. The reason, gotta take a squat. The way, in the damn forest. It's that simple. So you don't do certain things that don't make no sense. Now we got these women out here bringing all type of men into their lives because they like them. Oh, he's cute. Yeah, he is. He is. He's cute. So, like, oh, don't want to miss this chance. Want to see where this goes. Okay. He talk a good one. You think he sits up there? You think people who hustle and sell drugs tell the police the truth? Oh, I'm selling drugs. No, they're liars. They're deceivers. They know what they're doing is wrong. Anybody who does things the wrong way is a liar and a deceiver, because they don't make that illegal or wrong thing that they do known to everybody. Meaning they like to hide things. So these people with this type of mentality somehow gets a lot of trust from females. So they technically set themselves up for failure because there's doubt in that manifestation. Some women have strong thoughts, strong manifestations, and they can get an individual who does hustle to be loyal and honest with them. But those women are on the same wavelength as those male individuals. And the numbers are so rare, you probably can count them on one hand. Because that's just not how things go. You gotta do certain things with certain individuals. Like, you can find a hustler who doesn't try to put himself out there as a hustler. Like, he's doing things for a purpose. He understands that I'm hustling just to get by. I'm doing what I gotta do to support myself or my family, because this is what I know how to do. And if I could do something else, I would do that. But until then, I gotta make sure I eat, or we eat. So that individual isn't buying expensive cars. Same reason why a man would buy expensive cars and have expensive tastes is the same reason why a female would buy fancy wigs and, revealing clothing. It's not really for self. But it's for a reason. Now the sad part is that even with this logic in mind, you still have people making the dumbest decisions in the entire world. So you can't correct it due to the fact that it's done in the mass. It goes by the rule of majority, which means majority rules. So what most likely what the majority of the people do, you would do on the strength that it's not going to conflict with the majority, due to the fact that the majority is doing it already. So it would be like, you can't basically look down on me if you're doing the same thing. Right? Wrong. We have created a submatrix, a reality that exists full of hypocrites. We got hoes, female hoes, talking about male hoes. I've seen this with my own two eyes. Like, I even caught myself being this same individual. Like, I'm messing with more than one female because I'm single, but I don't want her messing with more than one male. And I feel like logically it's right, because I'm a male, it's different than female, when in reality, life is what you make it. So I could sit up there and believe, or want to believe, that females are not supposed to move in this manner, but it doesn't stop the fact that that's what they do. Just like there's females out here, like I see my cousins, I see my friends, they talking to like more than one male. Had friends that was messing around with me, and they was already in relationships. So everybody sit up there and be like, that's them. No, that's the earth. That's not the earth really, but that's how people in our society move. I had to swallow my pride and acknowledge that I might be dealing with a female who's promiscuous, who might have choosy ways where they just decide, okay, I'm gonna mess around with this one. He ain't gotta know, I'm gonna do this with this one. He ain't gotta know. I gotta acknowledge that that's a possibility. And I gotta weigh out my options. Do I wanna do this with this person? Do this person do anything for me that make it worth being with this individual, knowing that this could be a possibility or not? Like, what am I gaining? Right? You got females out here that take advantage of a good person because they're good, and that settle for a bad person. I know females that take care of their men. and have their hand out to the next one. Where's the logic in that? Like, it's stupid. Like, I was there for like, Kathleen Fairley had my son Khalid, right? And she had my son against my will. We had a discussion. I wasn't ready for kids. She said she wasn't having no more till she was married. So I felt like I was safe. I had her word. Because why would you break your word to me knowing that you could wind up in the situation you was in 5 times before? I say 5 times not because she has 5 kids, but because she was with 5 individuals tied up with her 3 kids. Because 2 of them kids was under the impression that 2 of the males in her life, she wound up raising 2 of her children believing that 2 other men were their father, and they wasn't. So 2 men got off easy due to her ignorance. You know what I mean? They never got to see their actual family because of the mother's stubborn ability to choose whether she wanted to tell the male the truth or not, or keep a child or not. So she kept a child by 2 other men who she gave a pass to and put them on 2 other men who had nothing to do with the equation. And if you ask me, all 3 of her kids had 3 different fathers, because the one child that I found out that she was saying was definitely this man's son didn't look anything like him. I mean, like, I was waiting forever just to see the likeness, and I felt like that's why he wasn't in those kids' lives, because he didn't believe that was his child, and he had every reason to believe that. It's messed up. Real messed up to do that to them kids. But she had my child against my will, and instead of abandoning her and the child, I went through 21 years of hell with this bitch, right? So she sits up here and turns my child against me because I had sex with somebody she said she looked at as a daughter. Now, she's 10 years older than me. The female she's referring to is 15 years younger than her. So I only have this individual by 5 years. So I'm like trying to explain to her to kick rocks. Like, I never wanted to be a baby father in the first place, and this is why. I didn't want you to block any blessings that I would want to have. And I tried to explain this to my son, like, look, I understand how your mother is looking at things to try to make it seem like what I'm doing is wrong. But you can't look at me like that, because technically you blessed to be here in the first place. Second, I didn't abandon your mother when she went against my will to produce you. Third, I've been taking care of you your whole life. Now, Kathleen Fairley has the most nerve in the entire world. She had individuals who she claimed to be the father of her children not take care of her children, help her do anything for those children, and she still left the door open for them individuals to come in at any time to their kids' lives. Me, the actual individual that was there for his son and her little ugly, stink, funky ass her whole entire life got shut out. The door was closed. So I seen the door being closed in my face so many times, and my child been turned against me so many times. It took its toll. Eventually, before he even became 21, I had already started to fall back as a male figure in my son's life, as a father, because I felt like the only way I could be in my child's life is the way she wanted me to be in my child's life. And she had no right to believe that, in my eyes, when I never wanted to be her baby father in the first place. So you don't get to dictate what type of man I am in my child's life. As long as I'm in my child's life, not doing what the other men is doing, staying far away and doing absolutely nothing, I felt like I should have gotten more privileges, more chances, more something that would have made it make sense, but I didn't. All I got was hell. It was like, you need to do this, you need to do that, he need this, he need that, I need this, I need that. My whole life, like, I made sure that little boy graduated. I made sure I was there for when he got his diplomas. I made sure he had sneakers, socks, underwear, school supplies, food, everything. And once I realized the influence a female can have on their child, and at the same time realized how she could turn my child against me. This was before he was even 18. I had gave up, to be honest. I gave up. Now, I gave up on many things before then. But being a father in my child's life, regardless of what the situation, was always important to me. So if you want me to believe that it's important for me to be in my child's life, you can't be willing to take my child out of mine. It's common sense. I don't know what's wrong with these females. You can't expect me to be okay with the fact that I'm not in my child's life at all. Like, how does that make sense? I'm supposed to be okay with the fact that you are blocking me from my child because of your petty feelings? Oh, well, I don't want my child around all of that. What? Me being involved with another female? You got females out here telling their kids, oh, that ain't your brother, that ain't your sister, because they ain't come for me. And start to look at the Caucasians differently. Because you be like, okay, I don't agree with you just killing people just because they're black, but you can come hang these bitches if you want. Come lynch them. Because they in the way. Like, I don't care how people may feel about how I feel about the situation. That doesn't deny the fact that that's the way I feel, because why would you do that? Why would you bring a child into a man's life against his will, and then he try to be a better father than you have ever witnessed in your entire life, which I am, and you degrade this man in front of his kids because he's not there for you. So I really believe they should take child support away, because these females are 100% fucked up in the game.